Hello, people of the internet. Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening. Happy Thursday to you all. Let's check out some new music, shall we? This one, I think, comes highly anticipated, especially from Cheshires around the world. Miss Yeeun, Chung Yeeun, formerly of CLC, has finally made her highly anticipated and long-awaited proper solo debut with the song Cherry Coke. Now, I'm not sure if this is supposed to be a CF song, but I do not have a Cherry Coke with me. But that's what the title of the song is, and yeah, I mean, we're just gonna jump right into it. Pretty straightforward stuff. We checked out the pre-release, which is the B-side of the album, Stranger with the Love. That was it. I really liked it. It was really mellow, really smooth. Kind of felt like kind of gave me similar vibes to like really soft like Mika music, if you know who Mika is. But for me, Yeeun has always given me kind of like, for lack of a better way to phrase it, this like bad bitch energy when she got in her like rapping mode on like CLC songs, and even when she featured on Sorn's Nirvana Girl a little while ago. And I'm kind of hoping we get a little bit of that, because for me that's like kind of like trademark aspect when it came to CLC music, was that rapping energy. But also, now that she's gone solo, I'm hoping she could showcase just a whole wide range of just musical talents that we haven't been able to properly admire before. So let's just send it. Here we go.
Flavors. We got the flavors. It is so contagious. Feeling bodacious. The greatest. Taking it, get out. Favorite tasty, good, critical.
This is
overload. We getting so
surprisingly understated so far.
Never thirsty. Overload. Shaking it up, making it up, lose control. Oh, you don't know why.
What a switch. I do like this build though. Okay, so she's going with this type of vibe for this. Okay. It is a big switch from the pre-release, so it makes sense.
Flavors.
There isn't a lot going on with this song so far. It goes really bright in this pre-chorus, and I'll be honest, I really like this pre-chorus. I wish there was more. I wish the song followed this more. And I think it's another one of those things where if you really like this like kind of aggressive anti-drop kind of vibe, you're gonna like this. Well, this is a style switch.
Cherry Coke. Cherry Coke. Cherry Coke.
We're just combining all the different genres since this last part of the song. Huh. Huh. Interesting. This was not what I thought. I thought maybe we were gonna get something a little bit more like melodic. Because I feel like with especially with kind of like the vibes that we got from, well, it's right there, like A Strange Way to Love. When we checked that out, what, 2 weeks ago or a week ago, it was this really smooth, like softer side of like where we got to hear Yeon's voice properly and kind of like this super soft melodic nature to it. So it makes sense why Cherry Coke is like essentially the complete inverse of it. It just still catches me off guard just how different it is, and for a 2-track single it makes sense because you're trying to show off. It's like I don't have, do I have physical coins somewhere? There we go. I have an old British pound, but it's like you have your one coin, but you have a heads and a tails side of it, and it's much like this whole like Yeon's debut project is, that you're getting one album that's 2 songs and they're 2 completely different sounds. So for that, I give her props for. As for the song itself, I feel like we didn't really, I mean, we got like a little teaser about what she could do, because we got her rapping that, you know, even from back in her CLC days, we been knew she could rap. And then we got some really nice, like, melodic vocals in there on the pre-chorus as well. And so in that way, she did check all the boxes, like, you know, getting, showing the world, like, kind of her full range of skills in that way. Just feel like the song was a little, I mean, apart from that very final chorus, I feel like the song was a little bit minimal. Like, let's go back to the verse, just somewhere in the verse.
It's so contagious, feeling bodacious, the greatest. Taking it, get out. Favorite taste, 끌려 critical. Overload, we getting so wavy, 톡 쏘는 love. 너도 알지 이건 strange, 톡톡 쏘지, never thirsty. Overload.
Like, I feel like, ooh, good still frame, but I feel like whenever she's on like the verse and doing the rapping, I feel like she's not getting a lot of instrumental support behind the song, if that makes sense. And it's like, it's too isolating. Does that make sense? It's like, you can have a really hard rap verse, but without an instrumental part, there's only so much the lone human voice can do, at least for me. And I wish there was just a little bit more going on to like support her rap verse. I just feel like it's like, for me right now, like the first verse feels like, okay, you just boiled a whole bunch of pasta and that's perfectly fine, but you don't really have any like sauce or like toppings or anything like that. You just have salt and pepper with boiled pasta, and it's like, it's fine. Just, I feel like there was a chance to provide something a little bit more in terms of supporting the top line that wasn't really there. That makes sense. But that all changes once we get to the pre-chorus, and I think that's where it kind of confuses me a little bit, because the ability to incorporate rich background was there, it just wasn't used a whole lot.
Shaking it up, making it up, lose control. Oh, oh, you don't know why. 가져가는 떨림, you don't know why. 가장 예쁜 색으로 그게 너를 물들여. Oh my 달디 담는 빛이 뒤섞여 like cherry coke.
Like, that pre-chorus is super satisfying to listen to. That melody, it's, for me, the favorite part, my favorite part of the song, because it's bright, but it's got a little bit of like dark undertones to it. Like, it's not necessarily like a bubblegum pop song, but there's just a hint of like darkness within it, in like the way the chords are laid out, the way the instrumental isn't exactly like the bright, clear synthy sound that we get from like bubblegum pop music, and we get her kind of like lower vocals that also still has a little bit of that snarky energy that she has. It's the way it's the little Y at the ends of the phrases where she adds like the little sass that I really like. Is it's like refreshing from it's a different type of vibe based off of like the really nice flowy melodic like lower tones that she's singing, and then Y, and then having the little snarky Y just resets the entire phrase again, and it's like it's really satisfying to listen to.
Like cherry coke.
And of course, songs titled Cherry Coke refer back to it. You've got like the
cherry coke.
You've got that kind of like sound of what almost sounds like a drink being poured out of a can. It's like repeatedly opening a can of Cherry Coke, and it's like, I get the point. It does feel like a CF song, although I don't think it was ever clearly stated that it was, but like the color scheme and essentially this entire chorus just screams CF song to me. Which I think if it is explicitly a CF song, I'm okay with. Kind of like how New Jeans had that Coca-Cola Zero song a little while ago. Like that was very blatantly a CF song, and that's why I think there was that charm in like when you have members explicitly singing, you know, Coca-Cola is tasty as the chorus, it makes sense. I don't know if this is supposed to be explicitly a CF song or not. That's what has me confused by it. Also, psychology lesson. We got semantic satiation back again. That's been one of my favorite things to just learn about and read. It's essentially when you have a word or a phrase that's repeated so often that when you read it or listen to it, it temporarily loses all meaning and it just turns into a collection of sounds rather than an actual word or a collection of words. So like with this song, the chorus literally is just Cherry Coke. 2 words, that's it, Cherry Coke. You hear it so many times that by the end of the song, it's just noise at that point. It's really interesting how we're catching on to a lot of artists using that technique. And I think human psychology is really interesting to me. I was never good at learning it in school, but it's always been something that interests me. And stuff like this where artists and like composers are specifically targeting the human brain for their music, I think is a really interesting take on songwriting. Because it's not just about writing nice melodies and meaningful lyrics, but it is like playing to the mind as well. And I think that's really cool. Where's the bridge? So essentially the bridge is kind of like another pre-chorus again. But the way they bring everything together at the end. As now you have this really aggressive crunchy guitar element that's taking lead on the instrumental part. And now you've brought literally everything together. You got the crunchy guitar, you've got the kind of like the whistling tone, you've got like the trap hi-hats. And that's how the song ends. Yeah, there was no real explicit Coca-Cola branding anywhere. Huh. I'm gonna have to, I think, like, marinate on this one a little bit. I'm not sure how I feel about it yet. I think if it's, like, treated as a Coca-Cola CF song, then I don't really have a problem with it. But for... I don't know. I'm conflicted about this one, because I don't hate it. But it's not my favorite thing at all, either. Let me know what your opinions are about this. Because I think musically it's very interesting. I just don't know how I feel about the song itself yet, so... If you're in the comment section, you're watching this video, let me know what you think about it, because I'd love to get your feedback on this one. In particular, this song. So I don't know how to feel about it right now. I'm very much in the middle about it. I do like that pre-chorus, though. That pre-chorus is really satisfying. But anyways, that's it for me today. Thank you all for watching. If you did enjoy and want to see more channel icon, it's up there. You can find the back catalog of stuff I watched in the past. Drop a subscription if you want to keep up to date with whenever I upload new videos. And if you want to watch this video of mine right away, YouTube recommends you watch that video down there. And until next time, bye-bye.